Lesson 27, the binomial probability distribution. Example 2. A careful examination of birth records over the past 70 years has revealed that there are 105 boys born for every 100 girls that are born. If a couple plans on having 3 children, what is the chance that less than half of them are boys? Well, here the question is asking us to find the chance. And the chance is just another way of asking for a probability. So in this particular problem, our approach to calculating a probability, when we're focusing on how many of the children are boys, we know that this follows a binomial random process, since the sex of a child at birth can result in only one of 2 possible outcomes. That is, it's a boy or a girl. Therefore, we can use the binomial probability distribution to answer the probability questions here. In order to do that, we need to know the values of the 3 variables, the n, the p, and the x. So the problem states that this couple plans on having 3 children. Thus, the n would equal 3 for the total number of children. The problem also states that there are 105 boys born for every 100 girls that are born. This tells us the p, the probability that a boy is born any one time. In this case, there are 105 boys divided by the total of 105 boys plus 100 girls, or 205 children born. So p is the 105 chances out of 205. And the value of the x is based on the question. So here we're trying to find the chance that less than half of them are boys. So that means the random variable x has to be less than half of the 3 children. Half of 3 is 1.5. So the value of the random variable x that is less than 1.5 would be the x values of less than or equal to 1. That is, if there were no boys in the family, that would be less than half boys. Or if x was to equal 0, that would also be less than half of them are boys. So we want the result for x being less than or equal to 1. To calculate these probabilities of less than or equal to 1, we would use the binom CDF command on the TI-84 calculator. Thus, the probability that the random variable x is less than or equal to 1 is calculated by executing the binom CDF command using an n equals 3, comma, p equals 105 divided by 205, comma, and the x equals 1. So to find the binom CDF command on the calculator, we press second and then distr to get the probability distribution formulas. We then arrow down till we find the binom CDF command, C being the cumulative for less than or equal to. Then we enter in the n of 3, comma, the p of 105 divided by 205, comma, and the x of 1. Close parenthesis, enter. And we find that our probability rounds off to about 0.482. So there's our result. The probability is about 0.482. Thus, assuming that the probability of a boy being born is 105 chances out of 205, or 51.2%, if a couple plans on having 3 children, there is a 48.2% chance that less than half of them are boys.